Rogue Zero! Bungee left, Nike! Thunderbound shift! He's pulling!
Yo, Banjo, are you good?
Yeah, man, I was just working on my play calls for later tonight.
You know the game doesn't start for 7 more hours, right?
You always gotta be locked in, man.
You're right, so then I guess I need to go get to kicking it, don't I?
It's game day, baby! Panther, Playback! Let's ride! This is J0, and I'm B8. Ignore the numbers.
Yo, Benji, do you remember what happened last week?
I know Bama lost to Vandy.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the one. Last week was our annual homecoming week. How was your homecoming?
I mean, it was good. I had a great time with my wife of 6 years. How about you?
Mine was pretty good as well. I had a great time with all my people, and somehow my crown ended up all over the place.
With more, we send it off to Cameron McMahon.
Last week, we crowned our homecoming king, Jake Garner, and homecoming queen, Abigail Silwa. We interviewed SJA sponsor, Miss Harrelson, and the king and queen themselves on their experience and what it means to them.
So SJA does a whole lot of things behind the scene of homecoming week, from planning the events and ordering all the materials to setting up the Google Forms for everyone to submit their nominations and to vote. As well as counting the ballots. Ms. Bates in the front office, she is an exceptional support to that in us in SGA by counting everything and collecting all that information to making sure it's a fair process for everybody so that it's completely anonymous and that it isn't biased in any way, shape, or form. So we do a lot of the stuff behind the scenes and just try to make it as seamless as possible and enjoyable for the students.
It was a really big honor for me and my family. It's something I've always wanted to be since I was little. So it was cool to see it all finally come to fruition. It was an honor to be nominated by my peers, my friends, people that I know and people that I don't know.
It's just a big honor, like, knowing that people thought of me. And out of the other 3 people that are, like, amazing people that I won, it's just an honor, like, that my classmates, my peers voted for me and that I won.
Congrats, Jake and Abigail. I'm Cameron McMahon with PHS News.
I just want to say one more time, shout out to all the students who voted for me and the best teachers in the state for getting me here.
All right, dude, we get it. You were crown king. But anyways, back to the best month of the year.
What makes this month so special besides Halloween and all the candy?
Well, Halloween is a big part, but we also have Columbus Day. But the best part of the month is Hispanic Heritage Month. Let's send it off to Jacqueline Simon.
Hola, soy la señora Tomás. Important because it's a lot of our students' lives here at Pelham in Pelham City Schools, and plus it brings so much richness to our school and who we are as individuals. That the contributions that the Latino community has made in the United States and even here within our school, what our soccer teams have done to elevate Pelham on the map, but just the ability to communicate, sharing the music. Oh my gosh, we play music all the time. The food, the dance, just all of it.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Arcio. So it's Hispanic Heritage Month, and a little bit of background about myself. I'm Mexican American, so I'm a first generation Mexican American. So what that means really is that I am the first generation here in the United States who grew up here, and pretty much who is like, first gen. So like they got legalized later, but for the most part, I came here because of them and because of them looking for new opportunities. I am here and I'm teaching you guys today. So why is Hispanic Heritage Month so important? Not just to me, but like to everyone else. I think it has to do with representation and really looking out for each other, those who have Hispanic backgrounds or Latino backgrounds. I think it's important to, again, represent and to acknowledge kind of the hard work that we've come to acknowledge and to express here in a new world, right? In a new country. So again, for me, it's important because we were able to express ourselves and to find new opportunities where we could find it.
I am Senora Tapley, Spanish 1 teacher here at Pelham High School. And Hispanic Heritage Month is important to me because as I teach my students, I realize that they have made such wonderful contributions to our society, to our culture. We would not be who we are today as a country without the influence of great Hispanics.
Jake, have you ever been launched out of a relationship before?
Nah, but I'm finna be launching these brown pigskins down the slope tonight.
Well, this isn't related to football, but we do have a play coming up based on breakups.
Oh, well, thankfully I don't have to worry about that because I'm happily single.
With more, here's Chloe Kanowski with Alex Simpson.
The fall season at Pelham High School would not be the same without one of theater's entertaining plays.
We got some of the stars of the show to tell us what is really going on in this production.
Well, the show is in 2 different acts, which we've never done before, but we're doing this time because both acts are supposed to be funny. The first act is called The 9 Worst Breakups, and so it basically just goes through how you think your breakup is the worst, but it's really not. And then the second act is It's Not You, It's Me, which we all hear a lot, and it's just combined, and there will be an intermission between them.
I auditioned because Miss Bailey, well, obviously because I wanted to myself. Let me say that. But Miss Bailey has been begging me since I was a freshman to join the play, and I just haven't gotten around to. And this year I've been getting more involved, like SGA and peer helpers and stuff. So I thought, why not, do that as well.
I auditioned. I've been in. I'm thespian president. I've been in theater for the past 3 years, and I've done 1 play. I've done 2 musicals, and I just really enjoy it. You get to meet new people, get out of your comfort zone, do new things. I really like it, and I think it teaches you new skills and public speaking.
Well, I've done theater for 3 years, and I've been in a lot of the musicals and plays, but I think it's really fun, so I wanted to do it for my senior year. And next year, if you want to do it, you should do it, because you don't have to get that big of a character if you're anxious. I say do it.
Everyone, come to the show, support us. It's going to be a really fun show, and I can't wait.
These students are already hard at work to put on a show filled with the worst breakups.
With PHS News, I'm Chloe Kwasniewski.
And I'm Alexis Simpson.
Back to the desk.
Benji, did you mean Alexa?
Well, Helena's got a guy named Alex that I'm focused on taking out tonight, so it's going through my head.
What do you think about these throwbacks that we have on?
Personally, they're extremely uncomfortable. A little tight, man.
I could agree, but I think they actually kind of cook.
Did someone say cook? You know who else has been cooking up? Our very own chef, Miss Roy.
This past week, I sat down with Miss Roy. Miss Roy is a first-year teacher here at Pelham who recently taught at Andiamo High School and Aprons Cooking School. Miss Roy now teaches Hospitality and Tourism, Culinary 1 and Culinary 2. Let's take a look.
Previously, I taught at a place called Andiamo, which did cooking classes in the evenings, and also Aprons, which was a cooking school. I'm really excited to work with the students and teach them all I can, get them ready for the future, and help you all grow.
And what do you want to accomplish while you're here?
I would just say making sure my students feel like they can do well in the industry, give them all the tools I have.
For Quinn Gardner, Miss Roy's classes are a great opportunity for her to expand her culinary education.
Something I love most about the culinary program is I cook things that I wouldn't have the opportunity to learn at home. That's definitely my favorite thing.
Beyond our culinary classes, we have a ProStart team that offers them an opportunity to compete with other schools around the area.
So the ProStart team at Pelham, we basically go and compete at a state level competition, and then if we win the state, which I believe nationals is going to be held in Baltimore.
Thank you, Miss Roy. Back to y'all at the desk.
Benji, do you have anything nice to say about Helena?
Helena? You talking about my kids?
I think so. Well, they copied us with their helmets, and I made an appearance on their bar stool, so you could say they're fans.
Let's see what you guys had to say.
I'm Day.
And I'm Jay.
This week is Helena Week.
And if you're unfamiliar, they're our biggest rival.
Let's see how our students feel about them.
Let's go. With it being Helena Week, what do you have to say to their students?
Just wait for basketball season.
With it being Helena Week, what do you have to say to their students?
Shout out to Sam.
Shout out to Sam. Does he go to Helena?
Yep.
Why does he deserve a shout out?
He's cool.
No.
With it being Helena Week, what do you have to say to their students?
I already know we finna win on their soul.
Honestly, I think that people should give respect to them because they were a part of Pelham once.
This is true. Treat people with respect is what he thinks.
With it being Helena Week, what do you have to say to their students?
Man, you already know. We finna come with a big dub. We don't mess with Helena.
Everything bad. There's nothing good about Helena. It's garbage.
Nothing at all?
Nothing. The people, Huskies down, even the band is better.
First of all, I have to say that Helena needs to not forget where they came from. They came from us, and they need to know their roots.
With it being Helena Week, what do you have to say to their students?
We'll see y'all in the field.
I don't really have too much to say. Husky down.
Thank you. With it being Helena Week, what do you have to say to their students?
Dude, y'all are sorry. Like, what else can we say? Like, they want to be us so bad.
We're on the hill.
The football game, we're gonna win. We're gonna cook them up. You see that guy right there? That guy over there. You can't move it, but our QB, the one that throws the ball, he's gonna mess y'all up. He's gonna eat y'all.
Don't stand a chance.
Yeah, he's gonna eat y'all up like this.
What do you have to say to the students at Helena with it being Helena Week?
Can we talk about volleyball or basketball? Maybe not football.
Seems like people have some strong feelings about Helena.
I guess we'll have to sell it on the field.
So, Robin, how do you think our parking has been this year?
I think it's been all right. Personally, I've been taking up at least 2 to 3 spots everywhere I go, so I know moms and dads do not like me.
Well, I know me personally. I'll park the Batmobile between the lines every single time. Let's see that over the line.
I'm Cliff Wyndham.
And I'm Brandon Griggs, and this is Over the Line.
So here you can see we have the classic didn't even bother to find a parking spot.
Yeah, they're most likely in ISS, aka the shed right now. I don't know what they did, but they've been pretty naughty. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give this a -5, seeing as it's not even in a parking spot.
I would say probably a 1 out of 10, because I'm sure it can get lower. I've seen you people park. So if you look at this car really carefully, you might notice something's a bit off about it.
Yeah, I'm noticing up here, Cliff, from the overhead view that there's not actually a parking spot. Of course, you have all the parallel parking spots behind it, but he's actually not in one. They're just a little too far forward. I don't really know why they decided to do this, but from this overhead view, it just looks like horrible parking. In other words, it's actually in a parallel spot in the sense of it's all very straight, very forward, but they're not actually in the lines. So they are over the line. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give this a 2 or a 3. Because, I mean, it is very nicely parked, but it's not in a spot.
I'm gonna give this one a 2.
Oh, there's a spider!
Give this one a 2. Because it is a little bit better than falling out of the tree. I'm gonna give this one a 2 because the one by the shed's better.
I got down with grace and elegance, no falling. I'm not afraid of spiders.
He might need professional help.
All right, boys, we're in the junior lot now. If you don't know, the junior lot parking spots are actually the biggest parking spots, yet somehow people manage to still be over the line. As you can tell, it's only one wheel, so it's not that bad. But it's worse seeing as the fact that it's a bigger parking spot. So out of 10, I'll probably give this probably a 4 or 5.
It's terrible. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
You're up here. Bring it down here. I don't think it's that bad.
It's kind of sad, honestly. I mean, I understand you've parked. You might be in a little bit of a rush, but how do you forget to turn off the car?
Yeah, I mean, as you can tell, it's probably a 10 out of 10 on the parking. I mean, good parking. But it's the matter of fact that you left the car on. They even put the hood thing to make sure their car didn't get hot, but they left the most important part, to not keep it on.
That's all for Over the Line.
See ya.
So why do you think Helena claims that there's a real hill?
Well, personally, Banji, I think it is because when you first turn into Helena, you must come down a huge hill and then go back up a smaller one to reach the stadium.
Blah, blah, blah. Sounds like a slope. We get it. You know how to analyze a hill, man. Personally, I'm gonna let my plays do the talking tonight. I really don't care if it's a hill or not, or slope, or whatever it is, man.
Friday is going to be crazy, like the student section. Wow. Oh my.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Oh, you go to Pelham?
Well, you have no right to look at me like that because we're the real hill.
We're the real hill.
No, actually, y'all are the slope.
Well, we'll see about that.
Helena's the real hill just because.
Number one, Helena would not even be a school if it weren't for Pelham. Helena came from Pelham. So you know what? Know your origin. What is a hill? Do you see this? That is Pelham. Perfectly. That's a hill. You see that hill? Pelham. This is a graph showing why Pelham High School is a hill. Here's the hill coefficient. As you can tell, Pelham High School is a hill exactly. We measured the distance exactly. What is a slope? The slope is Helena High School. There's no debate about it.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Pelham is the real hill. Now that I know that Pelham's the real hill, I am now a Pelham Panther. Hey man, it's halftime. Let's jog it into the tunnel.
But first, let's throw it into sports.
Guys, this is not the tunnel.
Oh no.
Coach, is this way? Go, 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 go.
Anyway. Volleyball had been on a run lately, winning their area game against Spain Park 3-2. Senior Cameron McMahon had 54 kills in the 5 matches to move her career total past 1,500 kills. Another one of our seniors, Kylie Hester, had 111 assists in the past week to reach the 3,000th assist of her career. The girls are undefeated in the area's playoffs are weeks away. This weekend they play at Spanish Fort High School and go against Spanish Fort and Saraland. Last week, our cross-country team traveled to Huntsville for the Jesse Owens Classic. Sophomore Janelle Ramos came in 14th, while junior Emily Wester finished in 16th out of 316 runners. For the boys, senior Robbie Lewis finished in 137th out of 323 people. They only have 3 meets left, so make sure you come out and support. Over the weekend, Bama bounced back from the game of the century with the upset of the century. They lost to a 2-2, now 3-2 Vanderbilt team 40-35. Vandy was led by transfer quarterback Diego Pavia. This was basically an away game, even though it was taken up with 98% of Bama fans at the stadium. Auburn went on the road to Georgia and lost yet again with a score of 31-13. Sorry, Auburn fans. But we do have some good college football games this weekend. A big rivalry game is happening between Texas and OU, and I will personally be pulling for the Longhorns. Alabama is expected to take the dub this weekend against South Carolina, while Auburn's going to have a great week due to the fact that they're not playing. As all of you know, we have unfinished beef with the fake hill, also known as Helena High School. I personally think they're forgetting about the fact that they wouldn't even be a school without us, but that's besides the point. For more in the pageantry of Helena versus Pelham, we will kick it off with Kyle O'Neill with more.
Tonight, the Pelham Panthers and the Helena Huskies will face off for the 8th time in the short but storied rivalry. This rivalry is seen as one of the best in the state of Alabama and is always anticipated no matter the records. This rivalry has been very streaky as Pelham won the first 3 games and Helena has won the last 4. Overall, Helena has outscored Pelham 220-185. Justin Foster, who is currently the play-by-play announcer for the Panthers, and Miss Abigail Hall, who has taught at both schools and currently teaches at Pelham, both gave their take on the impassioned rivalry.
You really appreciate sort of the animosity on the field that the teams have and the passion in this. And you have a lot of really great high school rivalries, but this one just feels different.
I do like this week because the kids seem a little bit more involved. I think coming off of homecoming this time, we're seeing a whole lot more involvement with the kids being kind of excited and prepared and participating in this rivalry.
There have been a lot of memorable games. The first 2 times these teams faced off both featured game-winning drives from Pelham. In 2016, John Drake was the hero, and in 2017, it was Matthew Rye that ran it in for the win from 20 yards out. But there have also been some close games that didn't go the Panthers' way and featured some questionable calls, most notably 2022.
I think the most frustrating was the game at Helena a couple years ago where some phantom calls cost us the game. That's the only I've had to really just stop talking and watch what I say because you're live on the air.
The rivalry has also spread off the field as there is annually a lot of social media exchanges between students from the two schools on the week of the game. Some friendly banter and some not so friendly.
I like seeing all the back and forth between the posts that they put on Instagram. I think some kids are very creative in their humor. I don't necessarily like the mean ones, but the ones where they find a funny way to poke at the other team that isn't inappropriate. Those are always I like seeing the good humor that comes out of it.
For quarterback Dylan Smith, this is an opportunity to turn the momentum back to Pelham in a rivalry he's grown up watching and gets to play in for the first time.
I'm very excited because I've watched this game since I was a little kid. Pelham Helena has been the biggest rivalry in the state almost.
There have been 2 coaches on both teams across the 8 years of the rivalry. For Helena, Watt Parker was 0-2 and Richie Busby is 3-2. And for Pelham, Tom Causey was 3-2 and Coach Mike Vickery is looking for his first win in the rivalry this week as he is 0-2. Here's what he had to say about the illustrious rivalry.
There's always a huge rivalry there with people who want those bragging rights and want to prove that they're the better community, right? So it's always a big night.
Last year, the Panthers fell to the Huskies 35-14. Hunter Jawhorn expressed the excitement that a lot of players have around tonight's game.
The atmosphere in the game is always fun as well. The fans, everything like that, that's always a cool experience.
We'll see everyone tonight over at Helena as the Panthers try and match the Huskies with 4 wins in the series. For PHS Sports, I'm Kyle O'Neill.
Last week, our Pelham Panthers took on Spain Park for homecoming. It was another disappointing loss, 42-7. But on the bright side, Caleb Porter had another 100-plus yard game to add on to his impressive senior season. For more, here's Caden Paramore.
Big-time high school football matchup last week. Pelham going against Spain Park, who's now in the region. They start off the game. Bradley hands it off to Caden Corner. Caden Corner breaks a few tackles and gets about a 30-yard run, putting the Jaguars 7-0 at the start of the first quarter. But Dylan Smith answers on the next drive with a long Pelham drive, throwing to a touchdown pass to Tristan Darden to tie the game at 7s. And Pelham and Spain Park will be tied after the first half. But Bradley answers very quick with the first play of the second half, going to Caden Corner. He's got a bunch of blocks, runs it in, takes the lead for the second time in this game. Dylan Smith back. He has nobody to throw. With pressure in his face, heaves it up, and they pick the ball. The Jaguars would get the ball back here with a little under 5 minutes left to go in the second. Bradley's back to pass. Bradley finds Corner again. Corner breaks the tackle to the 10, to the 5, touchdown. Giving them a 2-score lead going in with about 3 minutes left to go in the half. They wouldn't score. Pelham would answer. They give the ball to number 17. Pelham moves the record to 1-5, 1-4 in the area. Spain Park is still undefeated at 6-0. They're sitting as the number 3 team in the state for 6A. Best of luck to them moving forward. That's it. Caden Paramore, back to you guys.
Well, that's all I have for you guys today. For PHS Sports, this is your favorite outfielder, Lainey Stewart. Back to you guys.
Banjo, are you in my seat? Brother, it doesn't matter. It's just a seat. You should be more concerned with the fact that Lainey just took up the whole third quarter. Throw them foes up, Banjo, and in the fourth quarter, they will belong to you. What are you talking about they will belong to you? Dude, are we not supposed to be playing right now? You're supposed to be on the field. The game doesn't start for another 7 hours, dude. Oh, my fault. I'm just the utmost of locked in right now. That mixture of Baby Kia, gospel music, and Big Scar got me ready to... Ooh. Bro, what is wrong with you? Anyways, forget about this guy. Big game tonight at our next door frat house. Show up and show out. This is Jake and Banjo signing off.